feeling inside is difficult to explain, because at the end of the day we came here to win.
Yes, there is a fantastic goal by Hughes. Manchester United have reached the promised land. Manchester United are the champions of Europe again.
Manchester United are back into a European final.
Man United have always been a big club. During the 1950s, Busby's Babes ruled football, and in 1968, the Red Devils became the first English club to win the European Cup. But it wasn't until Sir Alex Ferguson's arrival, coinciding with the dawn of the Premier League, that Man United transformed from a successful domestic side into arguably the world's most marketable football institution. As United won title after title during the 1990s and 2000s, with global superstars like David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Eric Cantona, the Manchester club cultivated an unmatched fan base across Asia, Africa, and America. The Premier League serial winners developed Old Trafford into a 75,000-seater football coliseum and secured lucrative sponsorship deals with Nike, Vodafone, and AIG. Even after Sir Alex tapped his famous watch for a final time in 2013 and the 13-time Premier League champions form nosedived, United's marketing appeal and player pull remained consistent. World-class superstars like Paul Pogba, Angel Di Maria, and even the returning Cristiano Ronaldo opted for moves to Old Trafford over better-performing clubs. After consecutive 8th and even 15th place finishes, a worsening brand reputation, and financial woes, are United still the biggest club in English football? And do they still have the star power to bring elite talent back and restore the Red Devils to their former glory? When United great Sir Alex retired from management in May 2013, Man United were among the world's very biggest clubs, alongside Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. Arguably, Beckham's 2003 and Ronaldo's 2009 departures to Los Blancos indicated United's star status wasn't quite as illustrious as Madrid's, but Ferguson had built a football dynasty that put the Red Devils on the same table as the world's best. United's status as the Premier League's dominant force and its humongous global fanbase enabled the Manchester club to record higher annual revenues than any other club on the planet, and anything other than continued Premier League and European supremacy upon Sir Alex's retirement appeared unfathomable. But when incoming manager David Moyes took over the storied domestic giants, he inherited an aging, unbalanced first-team squad. In retrospect, it must have been among Fergie's finest achievements to win his final 12-13 Premier League title with orthodox talents like Phil Jones, Tom Cleverley, and Danny Welbeck. However, United's superior financial status and unrivaled pulling power enabled the club to rebuild in the transfer market and bring new superstars to Old Trafford, or at least it should have done. After a disastrous 13-14 season under Moyes, where despite spending more than any other Premier League club, United finished in 7th place, CEO Ed Woodward was ready to take advantage of the club's pulling power. They lured Champions League winner Angel Di Maria away from Real Madrid and signed promising youngsters Luke Shaw, Ander Herrera, and Marcos Rojo for substantial fees, but the spending was to no avail. In the first 3 seasons after Ferguson's departure, the Manchester club finished inside the top 4 on a solitary occasion, and the atmosphere at Old Trafford slowly turned sour. Fortunately, United was still undoubtedly the Premier League's biggest and most attractive club. So, despite being in the Europa League at the time, United tempted legendary manager Jose Mourinho into the dugout. And perhaps even more impressively, the Red Devils signed Ballon d'Or hopeful Paul Pogba for a record transfer fee, and iconic striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who could have chosen practically any other club on the planet. While the star names delivered much-needed League Cup and Europa League triumphs, Mourinho and Pogba's spells at Old Trafford were marred with constant drama, controversy, and fallouts as United struggled to match the standards set by previous generations. Despite the negativity surrounding the club, United's ability to lure elite talent away from better-performing clubs to Old Trafford was unquestionable. In 21-22, United landed the highly sought-after Jadon Sancho for a mouth-watering £73 million, tempted legend Cristiano Ronaldo away from joining Pep Guardiola's Premier League dominating Manchester City to return to United, and signed five-time Champions League winner Raphael Varane. The result? More drama, more fallout, more managerial turnover, and ultimately, a failure to return United anywhere near to their glory days. After a ton of failed signings, managerial appointments, and boardroom changes, United finished the 24-25 Premier League campaign in 15th place, and its once glorious reputation seemingly in tatters. Still, the Red Devils have continued to compete with the big boys in the transfer market, but more on that later. As United's decade of decline slowly edges towards a generation of lost identity, can the once globally feared football institution still claim to be the Premier League's biggest and most commercially attractive club? Sure, the Red Devils still generate eye-watering cash. During the 23-24 season, United had the Premier League's highest average attendance, a figure which seems unlikely to change in the near future, and despite languishing in mid-table, they recorded the league's second highest commercial revenue of £662 million, a figure beating the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal. Yet, there's a worrying trend emerging at Old Trafford as rival clubs catch up and even overtake United's off-field status, implicating its ability to attract the world's best players. The 13-time Premier League champions aren't producing the results or maintaining a brand image that entices current and future generations of new supporters and players to join the Red Devils. During the 24-25 season, 14 years after Sir Alex won United's record-breaking 20th top-flight title, knocking Liverpool right off their perch, the Coppites went level on titles with the Manchester club again, and with its 6 European Cup triumphs, reinstating itself as England's most successful football club. But contrary to the claims of club legends like Rio Ferdinand, who suggested United are still the biggest club in the world by a landslide, Liverpool are catching up commercially to their formerly towering neighbours. When Sir Alex left United in 2013, the thought that Liverpool could ever outgrow the Red Devils was inconceivable, but the numbers today are showing a different story. During 24-25, Liverpool became the world's most-watched football team, with an accumulative 471 million views on their 38 Premier League fixtures. Meanwhile, the Merseyside club surpassed 1 billion social media engagements in March 2025, the highest ever total recorded by a football club, gained nearly 500,000 followers after its title win, and dwarfs all its Premier League rivals on YouTube viewing figures. After the season ended, Liverpool flexed their muscles in the transfer market and landed German superstar Florian Wirtz, a player who may previously have opted for a move to United for a record-breaking Premier League transfer fee. While the numbers aren't definitive, they paint a daunting picture for United fans. New players and supporters are joining Liverpool at alarming rates, and if they play their cards right over the coming years, could build an untouchable football dynasty on and off the pitch. It's a rapid growth reminiscent of United under Ferguson during the mid-90s. And Liverpool isn't the only one United should be afraid of. Man City, the neighbouring club Sir Alex stated wouldn't finish above United in his lifetime, aren't just regularly finishing higher in the table and winning Premier League trophies season on season, they're threatening to become a more commercially relevant club than the Red Devils. Unrelenting success, stadium and training ground renovations, and a growing global fan base have enabled the citizens to generate higher annual revenues than United in recent seasons and attract world-class names like Erling Haaland. Is it really unimaginable that if United's decline continues for much longer and Liverpool and City continue growing at alarming rates, new generations of players and supporters will be unaware of the Red Devils' global status throughout the 90s and 2000s? Fortunately for United, their ability to outmuscle better-performing teams to new talent still remains. The struggling Manchester club beat off competition from the likes of Arsenal and Newcastle United, who will play in the Champions League next season, to sign versatile attacker Matheus Cunha. Meanwhile, Brentford forward Brian Mbeumo is rumoured to favour a move to Old Trafford over moves to Newcastle, Arsenal or Spurs, even with Thomas Frank now at the helm. Despite United's dismal decade and a half, which has seen numerous young players' careers stutter under the bright lights of Old Trafford, the club's historic status as the Premier League's, or even the world's biggest club, consistently enables them to entice talents who otherwise opt for moves to teams expected to be fighting for the title. Elsewhere, nostalgic imagery from the glory days of Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, and David Beckham continues to intrigue younger generations of supporters and tempt them into supporting the Red Devils. Though United's peak came before the explosion of social media, the sleeping giant remains the world's third most followed sports club on social media, sitting only behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. United's digital marketing team successfully sells the dream of the club's illustrious past under Ferguson, a strategy that's attracted new supporters and players despite turbulent times. Yet, if United's struggles continue, you have to question how much value the glories of yesteryear hold against the illustrious Premier League and Champions League winning duo of today, Liverpool and Man City. Ruben Amorim and the club's sporting directors may be operating under their final chance to take advantage of United's historic status as the world's biggest football club before their pulling power becomes inferior to the Premier League's various emerging sides, such as Newcastle and Aston Villa. What do you think? Are United still England's biggest club, or has the power shifted for good? Please let us know in the comments. If you like this story, smash that like button, subscribe, and as always, keep believing in the beautiful game.